Hi, Joy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Or it's actually afternoon where you are, so it's morning for me, but hello, doing
That's
well.
true. That's true. So, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me for a few minutes in regards to the Ascend program. You are our first honoree. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I just want to know, how are you enjoying the experience with being an Ascend honoree?
I am thoroughly enjoying my experience. I don't even know who to thank, like besides you and Debbie and the folks in the Bay Area
And
for
Jack McCullough,
and Jack,
yeah,
Jack and Jonathan. There's so many people. If I haven't named them,
Jonathan,
apologies.
Speed,
But yes,
absolutely.
so many people to thank. There's three things that I think have been just like a positive outcome or positive byproduct of being um, an awardee. One is just the network. Like I've met so many amazing people. Um, and two are the programs that I've met a lot of people through the programs, multiple programs, not just in the Bay Area, outside of the Bay Area, and folks who are like willing to connect. Um, so those two things, I mean, if that was all I got out of the program, that would be enough. I think the last thing is the CFO Connect, the emails on like finance technical issues. I love it. Like I read as many as I can when there's some that I can respond to, like on ERP implementations, tax questions, I answer. And like I was mentioning to you earlier, I thought about a question I had this morning, like, who could I ask about this? As I start a new job in sales finance, I was like, hello, I need to ask the CFO community. So I'll probably be sending out my own question today, but those three things just are worth their weight in gold from a perspective, from a membership perspective.
Awesome, awesome. So also tell me a little bit about your mentor. How are you enjoying your mentor?
Yes, 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 yes. I should add that as my fourth benefit. So I have a mentor. Thank you very much for connecting me to Monica, who's been a CFO like 4 or 5 times over, super busy. She's a CFO consultant and a CFO of a startup right now. And just having a mentor who one looks like me, who's a woman of color, is so inspiring. I think when people think of CFOs, they have a stereotype in their mind. And no offense to any CFOs out there, any men CFOs, but it's rare when you meet a woman and a woman of color who is young and who's been a CFO like multiple times. I'm so inspired by her and I'm happy to be able to have very honest conversations about my career with her and next steps in my journey to become a CFO myself. It's just been phenomenal. I feel very lucky to have her as a mentor.
Awesome, awesome. And final question is, would you recommend this program to others?
Yes. Absolutely. I wish I could. I mean, there are so many people who I think could benefit from this, not just at my company, but outside of my company, especially women, because finance overall is a male dominated profession. And I think even the idea of becoming a CFO, I had this conversation with one of my mentees at work, and I was like, oh, I just woke up one day and looked at all of my experience, and I had another mentor suggest to me, like, hey, with all of your experience, why don't you consider becoming a CFO one day? The thought never crossed my mind. And I think unless you see people with similar backgrounds, whether you come from core finance, like the controller route, or the FP&A route, or treasury, it's hard for you to see yourself as a CFO. And so I think this program and just the membership in general, long term from a career development standpoint, is invaluable for men and women. But I think especially if I could get more women involved of all ethnic backgrounds, I totally would.